just Wednesday. I know. Things have been happening. Fuel prices are skyrocketing. Everybody's increasing their prices, even though it's just fuel that is high. They're blaming that the dollar is the reason why. So they're all increasing the price. So it's been quite a hectic week. But we have some interesting technology, uh, tidbits and news and conversations to have today. We'll be joined pretty soon on the line to talk about why technology can thrive properly if marketing is induced into it. But before then, glad you're here with me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here again with me at 2 o'clock. I mean, it's very hot, but we're going to go through it together. However, please make sure you're following us on social media at ZFMGH for Instagram, Facebook, and X, and Z Multimedia on TikTok and YouTube. Our website is www.zmultimedia.com. We're going for a quick music break, and when we come back, we'll dive right into the tech news of the week.
Oh my God, how come you
Okay, it's time for the tech news of the week. For the first story, we have Dr. Baumia calling for increased tech funding. Our former Vice President, Dr. Muhammadu Baumia, has urged Africa and Ghana in particular to accelerate investment in digital transformation and AI readiness. Speaking at the Africa Summit at the London School of Economics, he emphasized the importance of purposeful funding in technology and skills training, especially for women and deprived communities. His call highlights Ghana's ambition to catch up with global AI adoption, with inclusivity and skills development positioned as critical pillars for the country's digital future. Our next story talks about AI literacy initiative for Ghanaian youth. A new AI literacy program was launched at the Christian Achu Education Center to equip undeserved Ghanaian youth with future ready digital skills, spearheaded by the Prince Murphy Kwating, a Ghanaian Canadian student. The initiative introduces young people to the fundamentals of artificial intelligence, digital tools, and responsible technology use. The program aims to prepare Ghana's youth for the future of work by bridging the digital divide and ensuring inclusivity in emerging tech fields. Our third and final story for the day: Ghana puts fintech at the center of digital push. Our country and our own motherland Ghana has reaffirmed its commitment to making fintech a cornerstone of its digital economy strategy ahead of the 3i Africa Summit in Accra. Policymakers, central bank governors, and industry leaders emphasize the critical role of fintech in driving financial inclusion and innovation, noting that mobile money has already transformed the country's financial landscape. This renewed focus signals stronger integration of fintech into national development plans, positioning Ghana to harness digital finance as a key driver of economic growth and modernization. That sums it up for the news segment on the tech show for today. My name is Delpy. We're going for a last break, and when we come back, this is a quick music break. When we come back, we'll dive right into the conversation for the day. Our conversation for today is about how or why marketing is really important in shaping the success with technology. We'll be right back. conversation for the day. I'm joined on the line by Miss Rahima Kode Kwe, who is a brand and communication strategist. And as stated earlier today, we're going to talk about how we move from features to value and why marketing is very important in shaping the success of technology. Mr. Rahim, hey, ready? Miss Rahima, if you can hear me, how are you doing? Hello?
Hello.
A lot of my memory in the past, the past, the past. I've been
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I was hearing you before.
Oh, you were hearing before. I'm sorry for the mistake in the beginning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well.
I'm also doing well. Thank you
Great.
so much for taking time to join us today and have this conversation with us. We really appreciate it. But I want you to introduce yourself to the audience a little bit. Brands and communication strategies. What exactly do you do, and where do you do it, if possible?
Okay, hi. As said by Delphi, I am a brands and communication strategist. I help businesses position themselves well in their industry or market by first of all and helping them understand who their customers or audience are, and secondly, making sure their internal alignment is on the right spots compared to what they put on the outside, and putting them in the right space before they go ahead to scale. Currently, I have a digital marketing company called Primat. I run it with Gabriel. It's a digital marketing agency, and what we do is we help businesses build up their social media presence online in return to increase their audience cycle, and also their conversions. Yeah, so that's what I do currently.
Great. I'll be asking a few questions around digital marketing if you don't mind. This one is personal.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, but let's talk about the topic for the day. We're looking at how or why marketing is very important in shaping the success of technology, because I believe that for success of every product, right? Let's not say technology per se, even if it's food or anything related to humans, it needs some form of marketing to push it out there, right? But how? Okay, the question is, how does product marketing actually help users see the value behind technology or even the technical features in general?
Okay, so first of all, I'll start with a general marketing bit. From I think from many of our standing points as people who sell or run businesses or even whatever it is, we all believe that marketing is when you promote your business on social media or run ads on it, but that's not it. You start doing marketing the moment you realize you have a solution for a problem for either a group of people or just one person. And for you to find the importance of product marketing important is because you want people to understand what you're bringing into the market.
Right, right.
If it was just a normal product where it is food or clothing, would somewhat just jump on it because some way somehow it's a need.
Yeah.
And even with that, you need to tell us why we should care about buying the food.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're selling food doesn't mean that you should
You
buy the
should
food.
come
But
and
now
buy
when
your
it comes to
food.
technology, it's a bit complicated, and it comes with apps, websites, so many things is around technology right now. And
Right.
if you don't take care, you'll be swamped. And one of the reasons why we need to advertise when it comes to our technology is because you need to have the customer understand what your product is about,
Mm-hmm.
and then why they should actually patronize your product. Whether it's an app to give a sim to help you do transactions overseas, or an app for trading, or a website where you are able to create content or whatever, you need us to understand
Right.
why we should patronize or use the product that you have as a business owner.
Okay. 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 That makes a lot of sense because your why is more important, because
Yeah.
I can't just go ahead and say I'm buying something when I don't know what it's used for or why I'm going for it. That makes a lot of sense. That being said, that brings me to my next question. What are some of the strategies that make tech products more relatable and accessible in emerging markets? I mean, we've seen artificial intelligence taking the space right now, but what actually makes it relatable that would, push people to buy?
So, and as much as we have to talk about our why, um, some of the things that are more important in our AI platforms are the features that it carries, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you need to let the person understand the outcome of the products you have. That is what would make the person to say, "I want to get this from you. I want to use a website or your platform,"
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
In the sense that whether it is a content creation app or a trading app or a website or a platform where it has to do with money transactions, yes, I need to send money. But the question is, what's the outcome? Is it safe? Is it quick? Does the process is the process seamless or difficult? Because you can compare different payment platforms, example, to each of them, like just opposing each of them to each other, and you can realize that one you'd prefer one to the other. Why?
Yeah.
Because the outcome you get from there is way better than the other.
Yeah.
The reason why most people jump to MTN, for example, is because some, even though we are sort of limited, it's because MTN makes things easier for us. The
Exactly.
outcome is you get a clearer um, talking line, you get easy money transactions, you have
Usability,
a lot of
user
options when it
experience.
comes to
Yeah.
sending money, buying stuff than the other people. So the question is, what is the outcome from the technology you are having or you are bringing on board?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is the outcome? That's beautiful. Can you share examples like where some of the strong marketing strategies actually, turned a simple feature into a
Okay.
widely adopted product?
So, for example, one what I can do. I think if you take for example, there's this, I don't know the name, but there is um this one particular payment platform that most of our celebrities
Yeah, you
are,
don't have to mention it. Don't worry.
are endorsing, right?
Yeah.
And you see that they don't talk about what the platform has. They speak about, oh, do you have someone abroad, or do you want to send someone money
Uh.
to someone in
Yeah.
Ghana,
Yeah.
and you want to have it seamless and easy? See, that's what they talk about, because we all know we have families, in different countries, and we want to just give them some money because, quote unquote, we believe they're doing something up there and they
Mm.
have more money than us.
Mm.
So, and as far as I'm getting stressed about the money, I want to make it easy. Another thing is that, for example, if you are creating content in
Yeah.
this situation, instead of you showing us what the apps look like or creating a very beautiful and so many colors flying through the content about what the app is about, take us through how to use the app. Create content on how to use it. And I think there are some of the things you do that talked about how to use the app, isn't it? Now, the other thing you can add to this kind of content is that show us what someone also felt about it. After using the app, what was the results they got from using your app,
Mm.
right? The other thing you can use is testimonials and proof of work. It is one thing I know right now with AI being there. I mean, we can forge things up and all of that. But in real time, when someone comes to say, "I used your your app or your platform, your technology, and this is what it gave me," whether it is trading or something around crypto or around money, around even shopping, right?
Yeah.
Then it's easy, because even if you take, for example, an e-commerce platform that is about shopping clothes or whatever it is, and I go through your platform, I don't find it easy to add things to my cart, and at the end, even delivery is a problem. Then your technology, in some way, even though you built it, it's not fulfilling the whatever goal you gave or you thought you were going to fulfill to whatever
Exactly.
customer.
Exactly.
The other thing, the last thing I'll mention about strategies is that audience, right? Some of us have a great idea. We start a great idea. We are excited about it, but from the beginning, we didn't even think about who would use a platform or who use the technology. Because we think that it is good or it is something nice that you would like to use,
Mm-hmm.
then we just go ahead and create it. But now, in this situation, in terms of marketing, there's something called testing, right? Even in art, there's something called A/B testing, where you test your content to see which customers would actually like it and which one do they like better. In this situation, in terms of marketing, research is there. So you have to test the market to see what is their response to what you're doing. In every step that you take, You need to test the market to see if there are problems to your product that you're creating, or at the end after you have done it, you allow some people to, that's what people do, free trials,
Right.
right? I know sometimes it's difficult. You start with subscriptions, but sometimes you just have to allow people do the free trials. And this is where people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
When you're able to give a good amount of free trials and you're very sure that whatever you are having on the app is going to be so important to the person cannot leave the app for you. They still want to subscribe.
Yes.
But because we think, oh, I'm losing money, then we just take a step back and say, oh, I cannot give you, but you just have to. So if you're able to do your research properly, that's one strategy, and get to understand what audience is looking for it, and able to understand what the audience needs actually are, that would help you bring out a better product. Now, when you bring the product, don't talk about the features you have on the product. Tell us about the outcome, how it will make our lives easier and better. And then also when show us what someone felt like, or what the feeling or the testimonial was when someone used your product, whether it being a platform, a website, or an app. Yes, that's what I can say.
Yes. So in the end, I mean, the whole point is for the people who have not used it to at least experience the platform, if it's an app, if it's a product, if it's a service, to be able
Yeah,
to actually experience it and then want to go ahead and start using it. And that's what makes free
yeah,
trials very powerful. So if they experiment, they experience it, and they're like, oh, this is good, and they are capable of paying, they just pay. But it's like right now, most of the platforms that I check out, and everybody wants you to pay subscription straight ahead. Oh. One way or the other, they want you to add your card in a way that you'd forget the free trial, then they'll deduct you. But
yeah.
that's
The
just
ones I'm for what they have done so far. Everybody wants to make money quickly. I mean, this may be out of marketing. Even let me put it. I was one thing we speak to our clients about when it comes to running ads, especially is that the fact that you start paying meta ads from day one doesn't mean that you get the results you're looking for. Even with meta ads, they're trying to learn on your page. They're trying to understand what audience actually like your product and then push it to them. That one is going to be done bit by bit. And in this situation, you are even a new platform, a new company, a new app or something. It can't happen immediately. You need to allow
the
yourself to understand
algorithm
the
needs
market
to be trained. Yeah,
and then build up on that.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so as a digital marketer or as somebody who is into brands and communications, I'm pretty sure you can say you some way somehow do product marketing too as well, right? Um, I want to find out what are some of the challenges you've encountered in outside of the world when it comes to things like these, like promoting a tech product or making sure that there's a successful brand. How do we call it, promotion in regards to again promoting a tech product in general, especially in outside of the. I want us to limit it to Ghana.
Okay, I think I'll start with the one thing I mentioned before, research. That's the challenges. Sometimes you talk to business owners or owners of these platforms or apps that we have, and they don't understand. I mean, they start with excitement, but they don't even understand the foundations or the fundamentals to why they started the thing in the first place. One thing you can, whether it's a business, a product, a service, and whatever it is, if you're not solving a problem, then you're actually not going to make anything out of that.
Right.
So what I'm telling them, people don't understand what problem they're solving with the app you're having. Some are doing it because it's a trend. Some are doing it because it's a hobby. So in the long run, they don't know how to keep it at bay to make it, do whatever fun is supposed to do for them. So that's the first thing. No proper research, no proper understanding of the fundamentals of what you're doing and what problem it is solving. The other thing I see is that people focus on the product so much. Yes, you are doing a product marketing, but we focus on the product so much that we forget on about how to position it in the market. Because before you enter a particular industry or market, there are already some players in there who are also trying to beat the competition that it is in. So when you come into the industry or the market and you keep on talking about your app, just about the products you have.
Right.
So let's say, for example, I want to give an example. What is a? So now everybody's trying to buy stocks now, right?
Yes.
It's
A
a
lot.
trend.
And the stock market showed some people prepare last 2 days.
I'm going to check my money, please. So see, everybody wants to do stocks now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think in the conversation, someone asked me who owns the Black Star app, and
Yeah.
I said, frankly, I haven't checked. I went back to check. In this situation, that means that it's not even government that is owning it in the first place.
It's probably an individual.
Anything can happen in this moment, right?
Exactly.
Meaning that anyone at all can also start a trading app just like Blackstar app, right? For us to use to buy stocks and make money as you want it to happen.
Yes.
But in this situation, where we come to the industry, we will talk about the product. That's fine. You talk about, like I said, it's not bad to talk about the product you have. However, it's how you talk about it. Are you talking about the features or the outcome or the values given to the customer? Now, even though we won't talk about the product, we found ourselves not putting ourselves in a space where we position ourselves as the best one to pick or part of the best ones to pick, right? When you're talking about your product, you should speak about it in the sense that you are trying to tell the person that if you are to put myself and Blackstar up in this position,
Right.
you should pick because I'll get this because of that. But don't just focus on your product. If you're not speaking about what makes you better than the other person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying go into a direct shade, but if you're not speaking to tell us what makes you better, then you realize that you may start the you may launch a product after like 3 months you be in there, but after 6 months you drop.
Right.
That's because you didn't really tell us why you should keep you at bay, why we should always have you there. But because you think, oh, because your features are great, that's fine. Someone will have your similar feature. But what is making you different? What is making you standing out? What is making us think that you are in the right position for us to work with you? The other thing is um, people sometimes the messaging we have about this technology, product or yes, tech product is complex.
Okay.
The communication it comes with sometimes is like they're speaking to just the tech guys or the people they work on the inside
Mm.
in terms of their structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason why someone like will come on social media and tell us what the app is for. It's a reason why they employ someone like you or partner with someone like you to speak to we the people in layman terms to it. But the question is, if you were not there and you're just to run their own thing, how would a layman understand what your app is about, your product is
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
So they're talking, their messaging, their communication sounds like they're speaking to the people on the inside, or people who knows what tech stuff is about. But they have to change their communication to understand that even if these people who are already in the industry would use it, you still want the layman to also use it. So make sure whatever communication you're sharing on the outside gets the layman to use your product easily and still let people know that even though there are certain things that is I don't relate to, I don't understand, the app makes it easier for me to understand what is happening. And how many have I mentioned? For two, right?
Yes, too.
Yeah, I think let me add one more. I think I mentioned it to mention it again. No ideal customer profile.
Okay.
Now let me go. Let me just make it that way. No ideal customer profile. And there's one thing I say that anyone can buy from me, but not everyone is a customer,
This matter. Please go on.
right? Because even if I'm using the stock up again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll lead it to something in the sense that even though it's a stock app or it's a stock exchange app, and everyone wants to make money, right?
Yes.
So that means that everyone at all could what go up there to say I'm downloading the app to use it.
Right.
But can you tell me that everyone in Ghana would actually use the app?
No.
There is a salary range that will get someone to say, I have this in enough money to what buy stocks. There is a lifestyle that this person is living that will get them to want to buy stocks.
Mm-hmm.
There is a particular goal or because they want to achieve in their life that will get them to buy stocks. There may be a particular need that will get them to say, now let me put my money here so that at the end of the day, I'm able to take on that need. In this situation, if you're not able to identify the ideal customer profile, when you are drawing your content plan, when you are speaking in the video, when you are doing graphic designs, when you are creating anything at all, your communication indirectly speaks to everyone. But when you're able to identify 3 to 5 people who you think will be the ideal people to use the app for you, everything you put out there would address something in particular about that person. That will get the person's attention to look at what you're talking about. And that will get the person to take an action after they have listened to you. Right? Because normally what we do is that because we may not know who we are talking to, we speak vaguely. But if you know, if you're speaking to this guy who wants to save up to start an apartment for himself
Yeah.
or start a business for himself, you will mention that problem in particular. You will mention that goal in particular
Yes.
to entice him to what? Come and use your platform. But if you don't know, you just say, "Are you ready to buy stocks? Why am I buying stocks in the first place?
Why are
What are
you
you ready
buying
to
stocks in
buy
the
it?"
first place? Like there should be a reason for you to.
You see, there should be it's either you're speaking to their goals or the need they have as a people, or their salary income, or you are even in a space where you're trying to encourage it, educate people about it. But if we just speak to the products you have and telling us that is what you do on your platform, it wouldn't matter to us at all.
And to be very honest, I think a lot of brands fall victim to this. Like, my experience on social media so far has just been this this indirect and vague um, outputs for their products, and so you can't specifically tell which one is doing what. I don't know who to blame if, sorry to say, it's their digital marketers or the people who handle social media, or because you could see a product and you're like, this product would really sell, but it's not getting the attention it deserves because they don't know their target audience. You know, you need to know your target audience one way or the other, just so you know how to address that product and how to attack their problem, so that you know that you are solving their problem in a way, but they don't. I was going to
And
ask
yeah,
you. I'm sorry. Please continue.
can I add one thing?
Yeah, sure.
So I think one thing I've also realized is that whether some people think because they are a small business, they don't need a strategy,
Yeah.
regardless of how small you are. So having a strategy doesn't mean that yeah, it's a big book or it's a sophisticated thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your plan and strategy is telling you or giving you understanding of what your business is,
Yeah.
where it should go, how you should go about it, and who you should talk to, and even how much you should spend, how you're going to measure your goals and objectives. But people don't do that, and then they start doing things because they see other people doing it. But for example, the fact that Kofi has the same app as yours and he's using TikTok to promote it or talk about the product doesn't mean that your app will also do well on TikTok.
Right.
Probably Kofi's people, the people he's targeting are people who are on TikTok. Kind of people may be on LinkedIn or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to understand that and draw a strategy, that will help you guide, or that will help or guide you to get to that goal you're trying to reach as in terms of marketing or even in business,
Mm-hmm.
then you would have lost all the money or the time you gave in. So they
All
don't.
the
Some people
money.
don't do this, and it's very important in business, whether it's small or big.
Wow. That's insightful. I was going to ask you about storytelling, but I think you brought it up. I was about to ask if you believe that storytelling plays a very heavy role in this. Do you think that for all of this, right, you'd probably slot storytelling there, maybe second or third, or if possible, first?
Okay. I always put storytelling in the space of value proposition,
Okay.
because with value proposition, you are telling us the why behind your brand or your perspective to why you started the product
That
you have
product,
or
yeah.
your intention to starting the product you have.
Yeah.
And sometimes storytelling is not necessarily about you coming to tell us your life story on the platform that is what I want to, right? but you're using that experience you had from yourself or somebody else to build up information of what you're sharing on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So one, I think I would put storytelling in in the second place,
Mm-hmm.
because that then after you have found the person who you're trying to sell to, you would have understood what their problem is, and then you can use storytelling to push them to actually take an action.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
storytelling should be like the icing on the cake.
I
Would you?
mean, I mean, it's a type of content, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a type of content, but it's also more like a tool you use in creating content. It's a two-way
It's a
street thing.
tool. It's a tool.
It's a tool you use in content creation,
Yeah.
because we need to have just sat down to say marketing is this and this and that. You could have started from telling us something about a problem that happened somewhere and deduct something from it to say this is why marketing is important, da 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 da. And so that's what storytelling actually is about. But someone could also say storytelling is me coming to tell you about my story. And that would also get the numbers you're looking for on social media. It's all about how you tell or use that content to your product or to your business.
Okay. Beautiful. Now back to my personal questions that I wanted to ask you. We have like a few minutes more to go, so let me just do this
Okay.
real quick. The first one is why why did you choose this field?
Oh, that's a very unexpected one. Okay, so funny enough, I have a degree in PR in Unimark.
Okay.
Yeah, but before even PR, I was in project management. And I think marketing came up because I did certain things or certain small activities that spoke to or that led to marketing. I was holding exhibitions for people. I didn't realize until later. People always called me to come and stand behind their table to sell their stuff for them during the exhibition. Some
Right.
people thought you're good at this. I'm like, I didn't know that was marketing. I know that was me trying to like have a, because if you're able to speak well or communicate your problem and solutions well to people, people will
Mm-hmm.
buy from you.
So it's a
But I
form
didn't
of
know
marketing.
that was what I was doing. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. To the extent, I think during a particular project or during my project management time, it was part of the things. You meet with people, we talk about what to do in the project. You help with the content creation and everything. And I said, okay, I'd like to do this. Then because that's what pushed me to also go and do PR. So it would be like PR and marketing went hand in hand plus content creation. Then why not? So that is what made me go in there. And one thing is, I love to help businesses grow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you ever wanted to put me on a product, put me on a project, put me on from the starting point, I always feel more proud, if that's a good word, when it's from the scratch than to be in the middle,
Right.
because I feel like the business is the middle point or the growing bit of it. I'm not really adding much to it. But if
Uh,
from the you put me there and we get to that point and say, oh yeah, this is standing on this, and then I'm like, I
dedication.
helped this, I will help put this, and then this was great. So I think it was about being the want to help businesses, and the want to also run my own businesses in the long run. That's why I went into marketing.
Okay, so you'd say you are both a traditional marketer and a digital marketer, right?
I haven't. Let me see. Traditional market. I think the one thing I didn't know. I don't think I'm not really being in traditional marketing.
Mm.
No, no,
Do
no.
you think
I
traditional
don't.
marketing is actually a kick? Would you say it's like
I
it's
mean, it's
falling off?
dying. It's dying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
dying.
it's dying. Yeah.
But we still use it
We still
because
do because me, I don't remember last time I watched television. To be very honest with you, I don't remember
I
the
don't
last time I
I
read a
don't have
newspaper or anything. But yeah,
I'm saying that because it's dying, but it still has its foothold because, like for example, you are having a radio show, right?
yeah,
On a normal day, you wouldn't go on a live stream
yes.
for people to watch it.
No, it's not a thing that used to happen before. No.
So even with that, people still come on to pay for your airtime,
Yes.
and that means that you are still putting it on live for people to watch you.
Yes.
So even though it's dying, it has a place it still holds, right?
Right.
Because your show is something people want to come and listen to.
Yeah, definitely.
And so as far as you are putting it out there, some way, somehow, would believe that what um traditional marketing is still there, but compared to digital marketing, I think we can all say that it's losing its essence.
Great. Well, that brings me to my final question. Before the
Okay.
final question. Um, I've seen a lot of false digital marketing um, content, especially on TikTok. And I've been wanting to address this. So I was hoping to meet a digital marketer right one day to actually explain to people what actual digital marketing is. Because I don't know if you follow trends on TikTok. There was a current trend somewhere in the UK where a lady
Mm.
was being held accountable for lying to people because she said she was a digital marketer and she was selling some things. I don't know if you can break down into bits what digital marketing actually entails, just so that people can understand that it's not what people are preaching on social media. Because there are a lot of people that just wake up and say they are doing digital marketing. Come and pay. You pay, you join, you get this. You bring 5 people to add, and then you get
That
this.
is, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, I think that is like Max International and the rest. No, because you see, I'm glad you mentioned traditional media, right?
Yeah.
That would make it easier to understand. So before the digital media or digital marketing came to, I mean, into our lives, traditional marketing also was happening. That was where we're using things like the TV, radio, newspaper, um, this activation. It still happens. Activations to promote our product
Yes.
and services. But when it comes to digital marketing, we're using digital platforms, technologies like social media, search engines.
Yes.
We have YouTube, we have Google, we have so many others now using that to promote our product. So, for example, instead of you paying TV3 or Z Media to put your product on their airtime, or maybe you create a jingle or
Yeah.
like an audio and send it to them for them to put place on your airtime. You now use a social media platform to promote your product without going to somebody else. In the sense that what you do is instead of you creating the jingle for the LP, you can now go ahead and create content around your shoot a video, shoot a picture, and write something about the product and put it on social media. Now the to push it forward or to make it better is when you now have to create some platforms to make it reach a wider audience or to give you better sales or conversions at the end of it. That is why we have stuff like meta ads over there to also help us. So on a normal day, the DLP would have chosen to just talk about your product or services or business on his program for free, right? Because maybe he knew that during that time a lot of people will not be there, so it's not like a lot of time. But at a peak time like this, where people are maybe driving in town, and you know people are ready to like listen to what he has to say, he is going to charge you an extra fee to put it there because he knows at the end a lot of people will hear what he's talking about. It's the same thing as Meta ads or Google ads, where you pay these people an amount of money to show your product to a number of people, whether you have videos, flyers, and pictures. In this situation, they pick the right times and the right situations where they show your products and services to people. And at the end, it's either they come to what like or engage with the product, or at the end, that's why you have people DMing you and saying how much do you sell this and that, and you use that to sell your product. So it's just marketing or promoting or showing your services, product, or business to people using the digital platforms you have with us right now.
Yes.
And it's not about somebody trying to tell you bring someone and add two more. No, because that's a pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme. Thank you very much for clearing that. Wrapping everything up, our last question to you is looking ahead, how will marketing continue to shape the future of global tech success?
Huh. Think about that. So I think marketing is something we can never take out of your business. It's one of the pillars you always have to have in your business structure.
Definitely.
You cannot take that out. But I think what is changing is the AI content bit of it, where you don't really need to have like an in-person, video or something to talk about stuff. And I think a lot more is going to go into your ad spend, which is even getting more and more expensive day by day. But without marketing, first of all, we wouldn't understand what product you have as a tech person or whatever platform you're bringing on for us to use. Without marketing, we wouldn't get to know that your product even exists. Without marketing, we wouldn't have our problems what's being solved. So it is always going to make it better than worse. The only thing is that you always need to understand what is the easiest form of information that your audience would understand and use that to sell your product.
Thank you very much. So without marketing, right, the
Yeah.
product would not exist.
No, no,
Because
your
it's
product
just
will not exist from
because
the
let's,
beginning.
let's be honest. If you look at the food vendors and everybody selling online, there's some form of marketing they do with the branding, the stickers, all those things they have
Oh, let
around
me
it.
say that before I leave.
Okay, okay,
Let me see. I think marketing is broad.
right,
PR is one of the things under marketing actually.
okay,
Marketing is an umbrella under promotion. It's an umbrella where we have promotion under it, PR under it, and other things, right? So marketing is like broad. However, like you just mentioned, right? I think we still have businesses thinking having a colorful sticker or sign will get you what you're looking for. No, 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 no. I think one of my latest contents, I said that you can have a very colorful and creative, social media page. Your theme could be great. But if I come to your social media and it doesn't speak to anything about the problems I'm facing, when one day I sit to think about who can help me, I won't think about you.
right.
I would remember how colorful your page was and how nice it was, but you never have me as a client who would want you to help me do something for you to get the money you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason that people think that they're doing so good with their content. However, they're still not getting conversions of people coming to buy from them. It's because people don't understand what you're doing. They don't even know what you're doing. Some people have said this to us in my business, right?
Yeah.
If more people telling us that they have followed us for 2 years and it's now that they want to work with you, you'll be surprised. Someone will follow your page for 2 years, monitor you for 2 years before they believe they can give their money to you. So imagine me believing that as a digital marketer or brand strategist, I know what I'm putting out there. I know I'm addressing problems, right? And even with that, someone took 2 years. Imagine you not doing the same thing. And
Right.
all your is colorful stuff. No, no, it's not going to work. So please, we want to have colorful stuff. We want beautiful logos and all of that.
But
But please make sure it's
don't overdo
addressing
it.
problem.
I've started
And you are
seeing
told that when they come to you, you actually give them the solution they're looking for.
I've started seeing some AI banners be that they are putting online. I've started seeing some AI. Me, I don't. If I mention it,
Now
I'll
people
become a
are
victim.
overdoing the AI.
Yeah, yeah, and it
People
looks
are
like
overdoing
it's not
the AI.
like it's difficult to read, to even understand what they are trying to say, what they are trying to promote. Somebody has done a laundry mat or a laundry this thing, and the washing machine is in the water and it's
Hey,
behind the whole banner is like
now.
the is behind a movie theater. What's all this? It
Oh,
doesn't make sense.
let me say one last thing before I go.
Okay.
So last week Sunday we had a master class. We do that like every year, where we even taught people how to create AI videos and pictures in the master
Wow,
class.
that's beautiful.
So in case you are falling in the space or group that Delphi is talking about you
Yes,
people
please
creating
contact
out,
her.
please come to me. Okay, let me show you.
How can they reach you?
You can follow my business page at Prime Ads and my personal page at Rahim Akwe. You
Okay.
find me there. So yes, thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you too for joining. Thank you too for taking time to do this with us, Rahima. God bless you. And I hope we can have more conversations around this to help enlighten people around how they could market their products properly and get it to reach more eyes. Thank you so much for taking time with us.
Thank you, Tito. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, that was Rahim Akwe, and we did have an insightful conversation. If you missed it by any chance, please make sure to visit our social media platforms and get that for yourself. Our website is www.zmultimedia.com. There'll be an article around this, so please expect it. We should also have other articles on there you could read, trending stories. Please make sure to check our website out. And follow us on social media at ZFMGH for Instagram, Facebook, and X. And ZTV or Z Multimedia on TikTok and YouTube. It's time to go. And I would like to say thank you so much for tuning in. But do not change your dial because Richard Sticks is up next with the Highway 1019. I'll catch you guys same time next week. Do not go away. We will talk more, Charlie.